Imagine this: the flash of cameras, the hum of Hollywood energy, and two stars stepping into the spotlight, not just as co-stars, but as a couple. Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, hand in hand, smiling, glowing, and making their very first red carpet appearance together. After years of professional chemistry, the world is finally seeing the real-life spark between these two. It's not just another celebrity premiere. It's a moment fans have been quietly hoping for ever since rumors started swirling in late 2023. The event? The AFI Fest premiere of Hugh's latest film, Song Sung Blue, at the iconic TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. But tonight, the focus isn't just on the movie, it's on them. The 57-year-old Wolverine star, who's now stepping into a whole new kind of role, and Sutton Foster, the Broadway powerhouse who's brought elegance and warmth to every stage she's ever set foot on. Together, they're writing a new kind of Hollywood story. When Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster walked that carpet, it wasn't just about the designer clothes or the flashbulbs. It was about timing, chemistry, and how two people who spent years performing together on stage somehow found something deeper off stage. Remember, these two shared the spotlight on Broadway in The Music Man, delivering powerful performances night after night. Back then, the talk was all about their undeniable stage presence, the energy, the laughter, the connection that made every scene sparkle. But now that connection has stepped out from behind the curtain. Their relationship became public in late 2023 after Hugh's highly publicized separation earlier that year. Since then, both stars have kept things low-key, avoiding the usual Hollywood frenzy. But tonight, there's no hiding the affection, the small glances, the gentle smiles, the ease between them. It feels authentic, grounded, and real, like two people who aren't performing, but just being. As they arrived at the Song Sung Blue premiere, the crowd erupted. Reporters shouted questions, flashes went off non-stop, and yet Hugh and Sutton seemed completely in sync. Calm, composed, and happy. Hugh, dressed in a classic black suit, gave that trademark smile fans know so well, while Sutton stunned in a sleek galvan dress, paired with Louboutin heels that caught the light just right. Every detail, from her Whiting and Davis bag to the subtle sparkle of her Gabriel & Co. bracelet, added to that effortless Hollywood elegance. But what made the moment special wasn't the fashion, it was the feeling. You could sense that these two weren't there to put on a show. They were there to share something genuine. And for Hugh, it couldn't have come at a more perfect time. His new film is already making waves, with critics calling it one of his most emotional performances yet. A Neil Diamond tribute singer struggling to find his voice, both literally and metaphorically. In Song Sung Blue, Hugh plays a man searching for meaning through music, love, and loss, a character that in many ways mirrors his own transformation. After years of blockbuster roles and stage triumphs, this film feels deeply personal. Directed by an indie favorite, it's already earning Oscar buzz for Hugh's raw and soulful performance. Fans are calling it his rebirth role, a chance to see him stripped down, vulnerable, and completely human. And maybe that's what makes this premiere so poetic. Here he is, on the red carpet, sharing his biggest professional moment in years with someone who understands that same rhythm of artistry and heart. Sutton Foster isn't just a Broadway legend. She's a performer who's lived through the highs and lows of show business. Watching them together, it feels like two worlds, Hollywood and Broadway, have collided in the most beautiful way. The crowd wasn't just watching stars. They were witnessing connection. As the cameras followed them down the carpet, there was an undeniable sense of pride between them. Hugh stopped to greet fans, signing autographs, cracking jokes, while Sutton stood nearby, watching with that knowing smile, the kind of smile that says, "I've seen the real him." For fans who followed Hugh for decades, from X-Men to Les Miserables, seeing this softer side of him feels refreshing. He's always been the gentleman of Hollywood, balancing charm with humility. But now there's something different, something lighter. Maybe it's the confidence that comes from being in a place of peace. Maybe it's love. Sutton herself looked radiant, completely at ease. For her, this wasn't about publicity. It was about support. She's been open in interviews about valuing authenticity over fame. And tonight, that authenticity shined through. They weren't there to make headlines. They were there to celebrate a story, on screen and off. After the photos, the interviews, and the cheers, the couple made their way inside the theater. The atmosphere was electric, a mix of movie anticipation and emotional nostalgia. People who followed Hugh's career could feel that this night marked something bigger than a premiere. It was a new chapter. Sutton reached for his hand as they walked in, a simple gesture, but one that spoke volumes. Fans online quickly picked up on it, flooding social media with comments like, "They're glowing," and "This is the red carpet moment of the year." And honestly, it's hard to disagree. In a world where celebrity relationships often feel like headlines instead of heartlines, this one feels grounded, built on friendship, respect, and shared history. You could sense that they weren't trying to perform for the cameras. They were just letting people into a small piece of their journey. And that's what made the night unforgettable. Inside the screening, when the lights dimmed and the opening notes of Song Sung Blue began to play, Hugh's face appeared on the big screen, not as Wolverine, not as the showman, but as a man chasing meaning through music. Sutton watched with quiet pride, her hands folded, occasionally glancing at him during emotional scenes. Those who were there say you could feel the energy between them, that rare connection when someone you love is watching your dreams come alive. When the film ended, the applause was thunderous. Hugh stood, slightly overwhelmed, and for a moment, his eyes met Sutton's. She clapped the hardest, smiling wide, and that look said everything: admiration, love, and pure joy. The crowd might have been cheering for the film, but deep down, everyone was also celebrating the story unfolding right in front of them. One of resilience, second chances, and new beginnings. As the night came to an end, the couple stepped out of the theater, still hand in hand, their smiles easy and unforced. Hugh greeted a few more fans, thanked the crew, and posed for one last round of photos. Sutton stayed close, her laughter lighting up the moment. It felt like the perfect ending to a story years in the making. Two people who started as co-stars on Broadway, now standing side by side on one of Hollywood's biggest nights. For Hugh, Song Sung Blue isn't just another film. It's a reflection of where he is in life, embracing vulnerability, rediscovering love, and stepping into a new kind of spotlight. And for Sutton, it's a chance to support someone she truly believes in. Together, they've turned a premiere into something much deeper, a celebration of love, art, and timing. And as the cameras fade, one thing's for sure: this isn't just a red carpet moment. It's the start of a whole new chapter.